Hi everyone, Jillian Nelson with Autism on the Go here tonight. Um, Today's been a really long day, but a really interesting day, and I wanted to share some thoughts I had about today with you guys, because that's what I do. I talk to you about the things I'm thinking about in my car. So today I attended a state level council meeting on autism, and a number of my friends were there. Fabulous individuals such as Quirky, Stimmy Cool, and Autistic Typing over on Facebook. If you haven't checked them out, follow them on Facebook. They share amazing things and write incredible things about life with autism, and I'm so lucky to know them. So we took a selfie at some point when we were waiting for the meeting to start, because we don't all see each other together all at once super often. And I tagged the selfie on Snapchat with Autistic Girls, They Get the Job Done. I was a Hamilton reference for those of you that aren't theater nerds like me. Or in the play Hamilton, there's a line in one of the songs that says, "Immigrants, we get the job done." And it got me to thinking, I just posted it because I love Hamilton. Who doesn't love Hamilton? But it got me to thinking about things, and that at the time that Hamilton lived, the statement about immigrants, we get the job done, was really, they were still very much a minority community in our country, and a community that was very easily dismissed as not having a lot to offer, and that they weren't a part of that core fabric of what was considered America at that point. So they did a lot more and worked a lot harder to prove themselves and to make change and to be a part of that narrative and to show the value that they brought to that table. So here we are. It's 2020. And even though the autism culture has been evolving and growing, I feel like this is really the point where we're stepping into a whole new era where autistic women are stepping forward and becoming leaders. And it's so amazing to watch it happen. And I think the most special part about watching this happen, at least to me as an autistic woman, is seeing the bonds and the friendship that form, and that understanding and that acceptance and that cultural shift and that cultural shape that we're taking on together. I've always said that I don't have girlfriends. I've never had a lot of close female friends, and that's okay. But now I'm lucky enough to say that my core group of friends in my life, they're all autistic women, whether it's at work, whether it's in the political realm and the advocacy world, or just socially. And I'm so grateful. I have this unbelievable tribe. That's a poor choice of words. I have this unbelievable group, gang of autistic women from all walks of life, from all different cultural backgrounds, from all over the country, from all over the world. I have an autistic friend in Scotland now and over in the UK, and I am just so amazed at how, even though we come from all different walks of life, even though we come from all different places in the country and the world, how similar those experiences have been as autistic women. The things that we face, and some of those things are really different from what our male counterparts are facing. We struggle with things like acceptance and understanding and social relationships and employment and housing and family dynamics. But also the shared experience in things like domestic violence and sexual assault and hypersexuality, or the opposite, the hyposexuality, is that the term? But all these shared experiences, eating disorders. And it's such a valuable thing to have these women in my life, that I can see myself in, and have peers that are like me, that I know without a doubt I'm a better person because of each and every one of them. I'm a better person for what I learned from them as parents. I'm a better person for what I learned from them as my colleagues. I'm a better person for having them as my friends. And I can't even really find words right now to explain how thankful I am. I wasn't diagnosed since I was 21. And at that time, there's no one, I didn't know anyone like me. I knew other autistic guys like me, but they weren't like me. They were guys. They had a very, very different experience. And it probably wasn't until like 10 years after I was diagnosed that I met another person who was an autistic woman. I mean, for so many years, the only autistic woman I had to look to was Temple Grandin, or the character Izzy in the movie Mozart and the Whale. There weren't autistic girls in media. There weren't autistic women that were out for the most part. And there most certainly weren't autistic women in my life. So I'm so thankful now to have this incredible network and these incredible women in my life, and to actually feel like I have a peer group that is truly my peer group. So with that, back on kind of on, I detoured off my topic a little, but to have built that core group is amazing. But also now to see a place where we're in leadership and where we're making a cultural shift, and that we're not representing autism solely as a male disorder anymore. I also hate the word disorder. But we're not representing autism as just males, because for so long when we looked out and we saw speakers, or we saw famous people being recognized, or we saw characters in the media that were autistic, they were always white men or white boys. And it's not who we all are. So being able to look around and see my dear friend sitting at the table as the chairperson of a state autism council, or looking across the country to Julia Bascom running the Autism Self-Advocacy Network, or my good friend Bridget up in Maine doing incredible things regarding sensory and the circus arts, or my fantastic work spouse Zephyr, who's doing incredible things with marketing, but also aerials and writing a book about executive function. And I mean, I could list you guys all night because I'm so lucky to have you. And then even more thankful than I am to have you, seeing the impact that we get to have on the tiny, short little autistic girls, like the next generation, and knowing that they have all of us to look up to, and to see people just like them who are mothers, who are professionals, who are into politics, who are into science, who are into the arts, who are into music, who are into being mermaids. I am so thankful that we have built a community and that we are all bonding together across state lines, across country lines, to build this vibrant network of autistic women so that we can continue to change the world for all of the little girls coming after us. So those are my thoughts on the go as I sit in my car. It is almost 11 o'clock here, and I am just getting home from work. Both jobs tonight, and a long day on Capitol Hill today. But it's Autism on the Go, where I authentically share with you my random thoughts about autism, usually in my messy-ass car. So, hit follow below. If you have any questions, drop them down below. I would love to talk with you more. Feel free to follow me on Facebook, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great night.